In American Horror Story, Marie Laveau was pure evil. She gouged out eyes, buried people alive, and cursed her enemies to death. But what if I told you the real Marie Laveau was the complete opposite? Have you ever encountered a real ghost at St. Louis Cemetery No. 1? Because the true story of Marie Laveau is way more chilling than any TV drama. Today, we're heading to New Orleans' oldest cemetery, the most supernaturally active location in all of America. And we're uncovering the truth that Hollywood never wanted you to see. Most tourists think this is just another beautiful historic cemetery. St. Louis Cemetery No. 1, established in 1789, is New Orleans' oldest cemetery, and the third oldest in all of America. But there's a truth here that no ordinary tourist destination can hide. Let's start with this place's bizarre structure. New Orleans sits below sea level, making traditional underground burial impossible. That's how these above-ground tombs were born, in what locals call the City of the Dead. But the real story begins after sunset. According to tour guides who've worked here for 15 years, unexplainable things happen way too often, especially near Marie Laveau's tomb. There are eyewitness stories. Henry V. Ness, the spirit of a sailor who died from yellow fever in the early 1800s. Witnesses claim they've seen his blue eyes glowing in the darkness. And the most famous sighting of all, a silhouette of a woman in a red turban. Marie Laveau, the legendary Voodoo Queen of 1800s New Orleans. But her real story is completely different from what the drama showed us. Here we are at Marie Laveau's tomb. As you can see, the entire tomb is covered with X marks. This tradition has continued for decades. Draw 3 X marks on the tomb, clap 3 times, make a wish, and it's supposed to come true. Local residents said, "My grandmother used to come here to pray to Marie Laveau whenever she had troubles. And honestly, a lot of things got resolved." But since 2015, this place has been off limits without a guided tour. And it's not just because of tourists. Deep within the cemetery, there are still areas where voodoo rituals take place, zones that are completely off limits to the public. The city of New Orleans won't officially acknowledge it. But locals know the truth. On certain nights, at certain tombs, rituals still happen. The candles and offerings found every morning prove it. And every morning, this evidence appears. Who left them, when, and why? This tomb itself is a mystery. Historical records show there were actually 2 Marie Laveaux, the first and second. But who's really buried here? This is American Horror Story's Marie Laveau, a ruthless killer, a demon consumed by revenge, burying enemies alive and cursing them to death. Absolute evil incarnate. In the show, she brutally avenged slave owners, inflicted eternal suffering on those who betrayed her, and used voodoo as dark magic. But the real Marie Laveau was the complete opposite. She was a free woman of color, a hairdresser and healer. Called the Voodoo Queen, but unlike the drama, her voodoo was a healing and mediating religion, a blend of African traditions and Catholicism. The drama's Marie Laveau lived for revenge, but the real Marie Laveau lived for healing. She helped slaves, treated the sick, and mediated conflicts. Both white and black New Orleanians, rich and poor, everyone came to her. This is the truth Hollywood never showed you. But the truly spine-chilling story begins after her death in the 1930s. During the Great Depression in 1932, when everything seemed hopeless, multiple witnesses gave the same testimony to the New Orleans Times-Picayune. The witness said it was around 11 p.m. I heard drums from the cemetery, so I went to check. There were people dancing in a circle around Marie Laveau's tomb, but their forms were translucent. The drama's Marie Laveau was a spirit of revenge and hatred, but the real sightings showed Marie Laveau still healing and helping people as a spirit. These testimonies continue 90 years later. People still come to her, not for revenge, but for healing. I'm standing right here at the main entrance of the cemetery. Can you feel Marie Laveau's presence still alive here? Spending a day here, I realized this cemetery isn't just another horror attraction. Watching people visit Marie Laveau's tomb, you sense it's not mere curiosity. It's genuine desperation. People seeking healing, needing help, searching for hope. A woman quietly prays at the tomb. Her note reads, "Praying for my daughter battling cancer. Marie Laveau, I heard you were a healer. Please give us even the smallest hope." This is Marie Laveau's true legacy. Not fear, but hope. Not despair, but healing. American Horror Story was fantastic drama, but New Orleans' real magic runs much deeper and more complex. The city's soul holds power beyond any tourist destination. Chilling history, living traditions, and stories that continue today. What we learned at St. Louis Cemetery is that death isn't the end. People continue living in memories, in stories, and in the love, still reaching out to those who need help. If this story moved you, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Marie Laveau's story doesn't end here. When Hurricane Katrina devastated New Orleans in 2005, this cemetery suffered major damage too. But amazingly, Marie Laveau's tomb was barely damaged. Next episode, we explore the wounds Hurricane Katrina left on New Orleans, the healing that followed, and the secret behind the city's incredible resilience. The unbreakable spirit of New Orleans, through disaster, and the community strength that grew even stronger after Katrina. How voodoo, jazz, and Creole culture helped resurrect this city. See you next week.
Beautiful old days, they stay like shadows that won't drift away. In my heart they softly glow, a warmth that only I will know.
If you haven't seen our incredible jazz story yet, click this video. These unbelievable hidden stories will expand your perspective on travel forever.
Memories wrapped in summer's glow, moments we'd never let go. The clock keeps ticking, never slow, but those days still steal the show. Every heartbeat, every sigh brings them back beneath the sky.